morning everyone present here. I am Riya Dash from BSc Nursing first year, IQCT Institute of Nursing Sciences. My roll number is 26. Today I am going to demonstrate health talk on the topic of poisoning to my classmates and my class coordinator SR Shaha. So I will start if everyone allows. Thank you. We all are familiar with the word poisoning. We almost hear that he has food poisoning, he has eaten chemicals and poisoning in the alcohol, he has been bitten by a snake, etc. Even a few days ago there was a gas leakage in LG Polymers of Andhra Pradesh, which reminds us of Bhopal's misfortune of gas accident where many lives were lost. These are also some examples of poisoning. So many questions come into our mind that what is poisoning, why is it, how it is understood, and what is its prevention. So today I will discuss these issues. Hope it will help us in our every step of our future. So let's start it. So what is poison and what is poisoning? Poison is a substance that is capable of causing the illness or death of a living organism when introduced or absorbed. The action of administering poison to a person called the poisoning. Some common poisoning are described here. So coming first to the food poisoning. What is food poisoning? The illness caused by food contaminated with bacteria, viruses, parasites or toxins. Infectious organisms or their toxins are the most common causes of food poisoning. So here are some causes of food poisoning. Touch food with dirty hands, raw foods that have harmful germs in them, not cooking food completely, mixing raw and cooked foods, half cooked food, or not keeping hot food hot and cold food cold, eat rotten foods, etc. are some causes of poisoning. And also infected spoon, infected scissors, knives and utensils that are used in cooking purpose are also one of the most important and common cause of food poisoning. So food poisoning symptoms are mainly the nausea, vomiting, fever, headache, dizziness, abdominal cramp, diarrhea. Besides that, loss of appetite, weakness are also there. Next, come to the carbon monoxide poisoning. So what is carbon monoxide poisoning? Carbon monoxide poisoning occurs when carbon monoxide builds up in our bloodstream. When too much carbon monoxide is in the air, our body replaces the oxygen in our red blood cells with carbon monoxide. This can lead to serious tissue damage or even death also. Carbon monoxide can come from a number of sources within our house. Some examples of these are furnace, stove and gas ovens, fireplaces, running engines, water heaters, etc. Most common symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning are headache, nausea, dizziness and breathlessness, collapse, unconsciousness, weakness, etc. If someone breathes in high concentration of carbon monoxide poisoning, he becomes dead also. High concentration of carbon monoxide kills in less than 5 minutes. At low concentration, it will require a longer period of time to affect the body. Next is the drug poisoning. So drug poisoning mainly caused by the drug overdose, that is taking too much of substances. Common drug overdoses are sleeping tabs, aspirins, paracetamol, heroin, methadone, etc. Some causes are accidentally takes excess of medication, or overdose sometimes occur intentionally for suicidal purpose, and the most important and last cause is the drug abuse. So what is drug abuse? That is the use of illegal drugs or the use of prescription or over-the-counter drugs for purposes than those for which they are meant to be used or in large amounts. Symptoms of drug poisonings are vital sign changes, confusion, stomach pain, nausea and vomiting, sleeping appearance, sweat or cool skin, and sometimes a patient goes to the coma. Guide or treatment of drug overdose. Treatment for a drug overdose varies depending on the situation. Knowing how much of what drug was ingested can be extremely helpful during the treatment. However, the information is not always available. If symptoms are seen, Then general treatment strategies for healthcare providers may include the clearing airway or inserting a breathing tube if breathing problem happens, giving IV fluids and cardiac support to help the body speed up or removal of substances, insertion of urinary catheter and maintain the input and output chart, pumping the stomach, inducing vomiting to remove the substances from stomach, gastric lavage, giving charcoal specific antidotes which acts as a digestive tract to absorb the drug. In case of asymptomatic victims, we have to continue the assessment. Next is the alcohol poisoning. So there is mainly few causes of alcohol poisoning. The major cause is binge drinking, a pattern of heavy drinking when a person rapidly consumes 5 or more alcoholic drinks within 2 hours. It also occurs when adults or children accidentally or intentionally drink household products that contain alcohol. And it is also happened in the child due to alcohol exposure while in the womb. Here is a standard drink in the US. 12 ounces of beer which contains 5% alcohol, or 8 ounces of malt liquor which contains 7% alcohol, or 5 ounces of wine which contains 12% alcohol, or 1.5 ounces of distilled spirit which contains 40% alcohol. These excess amount of alcohol consumption causes cancer and even death also. Some common symptoms of alcohol poisoning are low body temperature, unusual breathing, throwing up or vomiting, unconsciousness, disoriented, blue skin and pale skin, cool skin, seizures, slow breathing, and also stupor and confusion. So next is the snake bite and rat bite poisoning. Snake bite poisoning is an injury caused by a bite from a snake. A snake bite can be life-threatening if the snake is venomous. So here is some symptoms of snake bite poisoning, that is fever, dizziness, headache, chills, shock, unconsciousness, nausea, vomiting, and at the wound side there is swelling, bleeding, discoloration, burning sensation, etc. So let's see what to do if snake bite happens. This will prevent from spreading the poison. First, apply broad pressure bandage. Bandage should be tight enough. Extend bandage highly. Apply a splint to immobilize the part where the biting happens. Bind it firmly. If the snake bite is on the hand, bind the hand, forearm and use a sling. And in the case of rat bite poisoning, if rat bite happens, control the bleeding with cotton swab, cotton balls, etc. Then clean the wound with soap and warm water. Apply antibiotic ointment. Cover with a clean and dry dressing. And lastly, watch for signs of infection like redness, swelling or discoloration of the skin, etc. The next is the agricultural poisoning. Agricultural poisoning is mainly the pesticide poisoning. The pesticide poisoning occurs when chemicals intended to control the pest affect non-target organisms such as humans, wildlife, plants or bees. The second type of poisoning is a long-term high-level exposure which can occur in pesticide formulators and manufacturers. So let's see how pesticides enter the body. Mainly pesticides enter our body in 3 ways. Orally, by ingestion, inhalation by inhalation to the lungs, and dermal by the skin. Then it goes to the blood and lymph supply, then extracellular fluid, and then affects the organs such as lungs, stomach and GI tract, liver, kidneys, bladder, etc. and pancreas also. Some common symptoms of agricultural poisoning or pesticide poisoning are nausea or vomiting, fever, headache, dizziness, abdominal cramp, sweating and contracted pupil, etc. Now the last is industrial poisoning. So what is industrial poisoning? Any of various chemical compounds that are used in industry and have a harmful effect on human body are called the industrial poison. Some industrial poisons can damage the fetus and have a harmful effect on progeny. Some are carcinogenic also. Nowadays, the industries have pushed the environment to the brink of complete destruction. Some common causes of industrial poisoning are toxic substances, arsenic poisoning, heavy metals poisoning, etc. Some sources of industrial poisonings are coal power plants, BP measuring device, skin lightening cosmetic devices, light bulb, paint, batteries, ceramics, silver, dental fillings, mercury, thermometers, etc. Then the symptoms of industrial poisoning: decreased cognitive abilities, fatigue and headache, irritability, vomiting, weight loss, constipation, abdominal cramp. These are happening. There is, besides that, food poisoning or for allergy, ammonia, cosmetic poisoning, poisoning for air pollution also happen. So this is the whole poster of poisoning, their types, causes and symptoms. Here I prepared a first aid chart for poisoning. There is some question answers and do's and don'ts if poisoning happens. So the first question is, has the person collapsed or stopped breathing? Call your local emergency number right away and go to the hospital. Poisoning in the eyes. If poison in the eye splashes into the eye, hold the eyelid open and wash quickly and gently with clean running water from the tap or a gentle stream from a hose at least for 15 to 20 minutes. Poisoning in the skin. Take off any clothes that the person touched, rinse the skin with running water for 15 to 20 minutes, later discard contaminated clothing or thoroughly wash it separately. Inhaled poison. In the case of inhaled poison, carry victim to fresh air immediately. Loosen victim's tight clothing. If the victim's skin is blue or the victim has stopped breathing, immediately call rescue service center for help and give artificial respiration to him. Swallowed the wrong or too much medicine. Call poison center 1800-222-1222 and go to the hospital if necessary. Swallowed something not food or medicine. Then wash, rinse mouth properly with running water and drink a sip of water after consult with medical personnel. Here is some do's and don'ts about poisoning. Do's: keep calm. Make a thorough assessment prior to rescue. Proper examination of the casualty is the must. Identify the type of poisoning according to wash eye or skin or mouth. Call poison control center and give them much information accordingly. Monitor the level of response. Go to the hospital immediately if condition become deteriorated. Don'ts: do not give an unconscious victim anything by mouth. Do not induce vomiting unless you are told to do so by the poison control center. A poison that burns on the way down the throat will also damage on the way back up. So that's why. Do not try to neutralize the poison by lemon juice or vinegar. Do not wait to develop signs and symptoms if you suspect that someone is poisoned. Do not use any curable type of antidote with the gaze. Do not eat raw eggs. Do not salt water and no home remedies. And this is the poison control center number, that is 1800-222 and 1222. So this is the whole chart of first aid for poisoning. Here I make some flashcards about prevention of poisoning. So there is first, how to prevent food poisoning. We have to wash our hands with soap and water before, during and after preparing food and before eating also. We have to use soap and water to wash our plates, spoons and utensils used for cooking purpose. We have to rinse the cooking products, use separate cooking utensils and plate for raw meat, poultry and seafoods. have to separate raw meat, egg, and seafood and poultry meats and other these foods separately put in the fridge, and avoid unpasteurized milk and juices. So this is the flashcard for prevention of food poisoning. Next, come to the carbon monoxide poisoning prevention. This is the flashcard. There are some sources of carbon monoxide poisoning in our house which we should repair, clean and maintain to prevent poisoning. So first, the chimney, clogged or blocked opening, we should clean it. In the bedroom, we have to reduce our use of room heater use. Cracked, repair. And in the kitchen, faulty gas oven, should clean and repair it. In the living room, fireplace, we should clean it. And in the basement, faulty glass, clothes dryer, water heater, furnaces, we should check and repair it. And in garage, there are also fumes, a major source of carbon monoxide poisoning. We should clean, maintain and repair those products to prevent the carbon monoxide poisoning. Then there is prevention of alcohol poisoning. To prevent alcohol poisoning, first we have to avoid drinking alcohols, and secondly, people who are addicted to alcohol, they should reduce their alcohol consumption. There is how to cut back on drinking. We have to count your drinks. Remember to eat our meals. Learn to refuse. Drink spacers. Pace yourself. These are some prevention of alcohol poisoning. Next is the drug poisoning. Prevention of drug poisoning. So how to prevent drug overdose? Use with someone else. Prepare and inject your own drugs. Take medicine at proper time and maintain an appropriate time interval. Do not mix drug with any liquid, example alcohols. Make a plan and know how to respond in case of someone overdoses. So next is the chemical poisoning prevention, industrial and agricultural. So there is some do's and don'ts to prevent chemical poisoning. Do's: store chemicals away from food storage contact areas. Label the chemicals clearly. Wash all fruits and vegetables. Follow the manufacturer's instructions for chemical use. Wash your hands after handling chemicals. Don'ts: clean off use chemicals near food. Mix chemicals together. Use copper, lead and pewter cooker and utensils. Put used chemicals back to the original container. Use a chemical container to store food. These are some don'ts. Lastly, I would like to thank everybody for listening to me, and special thanks to our class coordinator for giving me this opportunity to say the health talk. Hope everybody likes it, and hope it will help us in future to prevent poisoning. And again, thanks to our class coordinator S.R. Shaha and our principal for supporting us. Thank you everybody. Thank you so much. Be safe. Thank you.